Hi everybody, it's been quite a while and yes, a lot's been happening, but um, I've actually been avoiding doing readings. I don't know why, but anyway, I'm here. I'm here to do a reading for the collective. So I'm just going to get straight into it. And as always, my question to Source, any beings of the highest order, what is the message you wish to share with the collective this day? What is the message that you wish to share with the collective this day? Bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery, and 8. 8 represents fast movement. Movement away from something, movement towards something, something moving towards you. But life is a mystery. Indeed it is. What can I say? It is that thing of, I think, especially with the way that everything's going at the moment, it definitely feels like there's being a lot hidden. So the way to counteract that is to be completely truthful. To find a way forward that is your truth and in love. And I don't mean in romantic love, I mean from a space of love, from a space of peace, from a space of knowing. Because, yeah, life is definitely a mystery. You don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. So it's always a good idea to have a strong foundation within yourself, a strong faith within yourself, and a strong faith in just life. It's quite the journey. It's full of everything. So a good, strong foundation is a good place to start. What is it that the collective needs to know on this day? And in the meantime, act as if. So, like, if you find yourself in situations where you're not really sure what's happening, and this card is a 5 card, 5 is about, conflict and things like that. But look at this chameleon. He's just cruising along. He's changing his coat when he feels necessary. And he's surrounded by magic. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean about having that strong foundation, that strong faith in what you know, in what you know, in what you feel, and if you do find yourself in situations that you are unsure, act as if you know. Put on that brave, be brave. We really do change our coats, change our masks, but it is that thing of staying connected to the truth of yourself. But as we go through our days, there are sides of us that we show in different situations, depending on the situation. But make sure you keep that foundation of self strong and true and full of magic. Isn't he just beautiful? It's such a lovely little thing. Do we have any more animal cards? Oh, we do. Okay. Oh, and embrace the in-between. That's it. That's what I mean. 26. It's another 8. All letting go. And fast movement. That does come back to that thing of, though, like I think there is a lot of there's a lot of effort being made to keep things hidden. But if we are able to go within and have strength in our intuitive knowledge, we can't really be fooled, It is about stepping into that place in between. The place of spirit, the place of source, the place of self. It's all the same thing. Being proud and not showy, what's the right word? Yeah, just being proud, like standing in your sovereignty. And knowing that these energies are around, but what is the energy that you're going to project into all of this? Step into the foundation. I know that my foundation is coming back to self, coming back to my being without any outer influence. It's a really good place to come from. Go into the in-between, have a meditation, come back to self. Always come back to self. If you ever find yourself in situations where you're not sure, come back to self. Listen to that small inner voice, your intuition. 8, 8, and 5. Right, that's it for the animal cards. Now we're going to talk to the fairies. I got this deck while I've been in hiatus, and hooly dooly. These guys are very chatty. And it ain't all rainbows and light either. Oh, God. What is it the fairies wish to share with the collective this day? What is it that the fairies wish to share with the collective this day? I'm actually going to pull all the cards that the fairies wish to talk about because it generally makes the story. Oh. Alright, so we've got a 12, which is 3, another 12, which is 3, 20, and 9. Okay. I might have to go to the book with this one because I'm still... yeah, this deck is very... There's so much happening in this deck. But anywho, we've got the collective of pixies. And this card talks about we've all got things that we have to do. We go through our daily lives and we have chores and we have jobs to go to and we have responsibilities and all the things that makes a life. This is life. I mean, it would be absolutely wonderful if everybody could have their dream job and no money worries and all that kind of stuff, but genuinely there's stuff that we don't particularly want to do, or that happens to us that, yeah, we just don't want to really have to deal with it. Hang on, I'm just going to have a drink of tea. So the collective of pixies speaks about doing these things with joy. Whatever you're doing, you have to do it anyway. So you might as well do it with some happiness. Attitude is everything. All the things in life that you can't control, the one thing you can control is your reaction to it. So you might as well do it with a spring in your step and a smile on your face and just get on with it. And then we've got Lucius the Wild. Lucius is really, really fast and quick. So he kind of talks about, you know, being the rebel, being, doing all this stuff that is kind of, you know, he's the friend that comes to the party and wants to keep going till 5 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, oh my God, I'm just so tired. So if you find yourself wanting to rebel and stuff like that, again, come back to your foundation, calm your farm. Of course, have that passion and drive that Lucius has, but don't just wildly explode, in other words. So, like I said, with the collection of pixies, The only thing that we can control is our reaction. And if Lucius had his way, we would all just go wild. And don't get me wrong, his energy is very, very valid. But we are not a wild pixie or a wild fairy. His energy is good to have within you in a sustainable manner. Because we all can't party till 5 o'clock in the morning every single day. That's Lucius. And then we've got the Dark Lady. And I'm actually going to read from the book for this one because, like I said, I'm still, and I've had these cards for, I don't know, maybe a couple of months, and I do them every day, but I'm still working them out, still feeling them, still, there's just so much in every single card. So this is unconscious power and wisdom. Rituals, mysteries, and secrets. We may reach the realm of the Dark Lady through grief, through deep surrender, through ecstasy, or through profound ritual. This card in a reading suggests that it is time to withdraw from the ordinary world to revitalize ourselves through retreat and surrender to the source. Again, coming back to self. And sometimes life events bring us to that space where we really need to look deep within ourselves. So, through retreat and surrender to the source, unity and the song of ecstasis. That's another one of the fairy cards. This is a time of preparation for rebirth, of restoration and regeneration. What is hidden is getting ready to be revealed. Celebrate this passage through the unknown, rich, fertile, hidden realms of the Dark Lady. This is a time in the natural cycle of life when we open ourselves to and receive the inflowing energies of Himself. The Himself is another fairy card, and that speaks about, being completely connected to yourself. No ifs and buts, no doubts, no insecurities, nothing. You are deeply and completely connected to self and know self. So this is like the, because remember, the lady, the female energy is about nurturing, it's about caring, it's about abundance. So this is the time. Go within, be with yourself. My readings seem to revolve around that a lot. When we become powerful, abbreviated, overflowing with the life force. It may also be a time of prophecy, magic, and foretelling of the potentials of the future. A time of self-awareness, self-knowledge, and encounters with the hidden world. The flamingo, the in-between. Meditate, retreat, seek serenity and inner peace. Yeah, it's that really deep, because The feminine, like the whole dark lady energy, is incredibly earthing. It just feels so grounded. Again, speaking about the foundation of self. And even Lucius is standing on the foundation of self. It's always about coming back to your truth. And then we've got Titan the Sylph. Yeah, Sylph. This is talking to me about the release. She's practically transparent. There's nothing clogging her energy. There's nothing in the way of her. She is clear. She is bright. She is ecstatic. Even with all this darkness behind her. So perhaps that's what this reading's talking about. If you're finding yourself in a space where the mystery is presenting you with challenges, lessons that are not so bright and happy and, not the bright and happy lessons, but the dark lessons, the lessons where you need to dive into the shadow self. If you go within, if you trust in the foundation of self, you're going to come out in the end clear, bright, vibrant. I am going to read her though, because I do, again, I'm still getting used to these cards. Okay, where are we? Titan the Sylph. Acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis and discernment. Where are we? What we see here is mental quickness, a bit adaptability and enthusiasm. Ideas and opinions abound. A few are brilliant, but others vary from mediocre to downright silly. Be selective. Mental and psychic abilities may be awakening. Independent thinking is in operation. Coming to the true self. New ideas and new versions of old ideas are creating an exciting, effervescent atmosphere. Avoid excesses and extremes. Lucius. Minds may change often as new ideas and new ways of seeing bubble to the surface. Out of conflict and confusion, could be talking about this. Sorry. Out of conflict and confusion, resolved by goodwill and clear thinking, a new and better understanding may come. A new way of looking at yourself. It really is, it really does feel like that, like with all this hidden, and I'm going to say it, dark energy being hidden, being cloaked, and I'm finding it to be cloaked very much in the false smile, the false the false positivity. Everything's great, everything's wonderful, everything's going so good. There needs to be a lot of clarity of self, a lot of connection to self, a lot of connection to your truth, trusting in source, trusting in the flow. And remember, the flow is what you create. It all comes from within. Right, the Good Tarot. This reading is going a lot longer than I thought. But anyway, what do you wish to share with the collective this day? That was a funny one. Okay. What do you wish to share with the collective this day? The Five of Earth, the Five of Pentacles. Ooh, the Ace of Earth. Again, if you're feeling, so this, sorry, I'm just going to keep pulling the cards until I'm finished. Oh, look, the Two of Water. I love that card. So loving. The Messenger of Fire. The King of Fire. The Empress. Oh, hang on. Yep. Wow. Okay, so we've got the Five of Earth, the Ace of Earth, the Messenger of Fire, the King of Fire, the Empress, and the King of Water. And what lies underneath is the Three of Fire. Forward movement, journeys, and this can mean forward movement and journeys within self, within your psyche, your subconscious. I'll just have another drink of tea, guys. I'm on a bit of a cleanse at the moment. Okay, so the Five of Earth. And this Five of Earth speaks to me of, see how this little bird is speaking to her and she's looking at it, but she's holding herself, she's covering her heart. So she's feeling alone. The bird speaks to her of, look, you have light within you. Let it grow on this bare, excuse me, let it grow on this bare branch. And again, fives are about conflict. So your inner conflict. This, especially the Good Tarot, speaks of the inner conflict. But don't forget, you've got your light. So stand upon your mountain. Be your strong self. Stand on your strong foundation. Be proud, be true, be open. All the butterflies, transformation, the moon is above you. Illuminate yourself, stand on your foundation of truth and of who you are. and the new ideas will come forth. See? Illumination of the mind. She has all of spirit around her. She doesn't have this dark around her anymore. She has all of spirit around her. New ideas, new illumination of the mind. And once these new ideas come in, expanding your connection to Source and through the heart, because you connect to you. Be the leader. Show initiative. Be an example to those around you. Bring these ideas into fruition. The Empress talks about fertility, abundance. Bring all these new ideas into into being. Bring it out into the world. And be kind. Share. Be open to other people. Share your gifts. Be giving and loving and kind. So, for me, a summary of this reading is: life is always going to be a mystery. There's always going to be things happening that we may or may not want, but you need to be very practical in this reality and know that you change your coats, you change your not being. People see lots of different sides to you. You know, when you're out having drinks with your girlfriends, you're not going to act the same as you do if you're talking to your child's teacher. That's what I mean. Step into Source. Always stay connected to your truth, and that is the truth of Source. Do what you need to do with humility, happiness, whatever. Just, you might as well get on with it and do it with a bit of joy. Don't let your shadow self go wild. Don't just don't go crazy, because you might be finding everything a little bit too much. The only thing you can control is your reaction, but use this energy to your advantage. It's like the fire energy. Use it. Use it creatively. Use it to your advantage, not to your detriment. And go within to come back to your light, to release all that you need to come into self and a clear mind. Don't keep looking at what might be wrong or having a victim mentality. Let that go and let all this light out. Let it surround you. Again, stand on your foundation. Let the new ideas flow. Do it in a responsible and manner where it will benefit everyone. Make sure you bring it to fruition, and do it with kindness and generosity and love. That's it, everyone. I am very happy to be back, and I will see you on the flip side. Thanks, everyone. If you like this video, subscribe, like it. Yeah, thanks. I'm really glad that you're here. Bye.